So, Rush is back, and you guys want my opinion, apparently, which is, I suppose, interesting. Okay, right. So this is what I posted, because I saw this. Tell me this isn't true. No, come on, guys. What the hell? So wrong. Money grab. Lord knows what his voice sounds like. That's probably the most important part of the statement, right? Not to mention the obvious missing Neil Peart. Bad dream. Don't fall for it. Now, I may be a minority, right? I may be a minority within this. Rush announced 2026 reunion tour with new drummer. They're playing like, what, 5 cities or 6 cities? And there's like something, I forget how many dates. I know they just added more dates. There's not many cities. I mean, it makes sense, I suppose. So let's go through some of these comments just because. And then I jokingly said, also, is this a ploy to finally build a female fan base? Right. I'm trolling. Okay. Remember Tai Chan, my friend. And it was long. Salute, Justin. All right. I think it's great. Debbie. What's going on, Debbie? I think it's great. It's not a money grab. They're millionaires, and it was millionaires never just continuously do money grabs. Of course they do. We're cool, Debbie. All right. I have to play devil's advocate. Of course. Come on. They're millionaires, and it was never about the money in the first place. Getty and Alex didn't really want to retire when they did. Yeah. Yes, we know that, right? It was Neil who didn't feel he was playing up to his usual standards, and he wanted to spend more time with his second family. I heard Getty singing not that long ago when they were part of a Gordon Lightfoot tribute, and he sounded good. His voice has deepened. Oh boy. They just want to perform again. They're also adding a keyboard player, so Getty has more room to be mobile on stage. Pretty humble guys, so I don't think they would do this unless they felt they were up to it. Randy Bachman, Brooke Cummings of the Guess Who are touring again, and Randy is in his 80s. Yeah, I have no problem with like older people, or old people doing this. I don't. I truly don't. To me, it has more to do with Neil, and it's not Rush. And what are we doing? Like it to me, it's not a good look on what is really just an insane, almost perfect type of career arc and story, right? These 3 guys have been the band the whole time, and that's so rare. And now that's gone. That's kind of more my thing a bit. Okay, let's keep going, because some of this I want to get to, right? I pre-registered. I never got a chance to take my daughters to see them, and now I can, right? But they're not seeing them. Right, they're seeing 2 of the original I'm going to get to some of my comments on this because I'm pretty sure I put it in some of these comments. And yes, I raised them as Rush fans. I'm worried about Getty's voice. Yeah, I would be. But this drummer seems pretty good, so I'll give it a chance. It would be pretty cool to catch the Toronto show. Yeah, and also, I don't know who the drummer is. I have no problem with it. No shade on the drummer. If it were me, I would take the opportunity. Also, you have to, right? You have to. No shade on her at all. You'll finally be in the front row jamming your Rush fanboy out to Cinderella Man. Dreams can come true. And I said, can't do it. No way. Rush funk. Heard that red lenses and tears have had strong consideration. Don't rule out a show, Justin. I'm absolutely ruling out a show. Rob Shaw. As long as it's just a tour retrospective, and if Getty's voice has somehow improved, no, that's not how things work. You know that. Over the past 10 years, I'm okay with it. In fact, Getty said 1 or 2 other musicians, maybe along with Keys, they will have Jane Siberry on vocals. Probably not. I mean, we'll see, but probably not. The other thing that surprised me is that Toronto is not the final show. Cleveland is. To me, I expect that. Right? Because of where they've always placed Cleveland in their career. So that makes sense. It's not like Cleveland is far from Toronto. For them, it's super close. I expected these 2 in the other order. I wonder what they're planning for Cleveland. Anyway, LA is definitely the right call to kick off the tour, and I'm curious about the tributes to Neil at each show. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I can't believe you're saying these things just can't be true. See what you did there. And they give other people a payment job. These are all all-time great musicians who haven't played in 10 years. Their wives want them to get a job. Rock is dead, so everyone who is a fan of rock should be happy that someone in the genre is coming back. Serious note, as they stated, they never got to give Neil a tribute due to COVID. It's time. I think it's great for young people who never got to see them. And I say, yeah, my thing is they aren't actually seeing them. This is like a Rush tribute band with 2 original/founding members. It's not Rush. And I get it. I may be in the minority. And I'm sure they sell out and gross more per show than ever. But it's not for me. I'm definitely not going. That right there is basically my take on it. That and I cannot even... I know I'm going to find out because I'm going to probably see clips. I know it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to react to them here. People are going to have to pay for me to react to them here because I don't know if I'm going to just do it. Right. But yeah, his voice. That's what I'm trying to get out. His voice. Because R40 was rough. It was rough in spots. It was. And also, I get it. I understand that I'm in the minority because I'm especially compared to everybody else, a relatively newer Rush fan. For the most part, everybody that's watching here saw me literally listen to Rush for the first time in my life, right? Listen to their albums for the first time in my life, barring the big hits that you hear in Ralph's, Stater Brothers, or Publix, right? Stuff like that, right? In grocery stores. It's like, because, yeah, okay, Tom Sawyer, yes, and Limelight, yes, okay, and Free Will, which is one of my favorite Rush songs, right? Free Will is amazing. Love that song. Love it. Fantastic song. But it's not Rush. And I'm going to say it in another comment, a little bit more of my thinking down this line in a minute. I'm okay with this limited tour to celebrate 50 years. It won't tarnish their legacy. Hopefully they don't decide to do new studio music with that new drummer. Yeah, that would be even more nuts. That would be even more nuts. The legacy would definitely take a hit then. I still think that it does. Their final studio album needs to be Clockwork Angels, not some weak effort when they're well into their dotage. I know what it means, but yes. With some wannabe Neil. Oh, I'm not taking hits at the drummer like that. Wannabe Neil 15 years or so after it. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, though. I get it. Okay, so here we go. Here's where some of my comments are going to come in. Instead of playing Rush music and worrying about who is sitting behind the kid, I'd rather have new music from Leon Lifeson under a new moniker and a range Getty can sing in. Woo! I mean, hey, it might make better music, like for music's sake, but we know this is not for music's sake, right? We know it's not for music's sake. It's for other things. It's for other reasons, right? Never thought I'd say I don't want to see Rush, but we knew how the vocals were 10 years ago. I'm just saying. All right, and here's what I say. That's all I'm saying. It's not the Rush I would want to see. I unfortunately miss them. It's just what it is. Another example, and this is my example. I was lucky enough to see Pantera in the 90s. I would never see them now, right? They're out there doing it. I wouldn't see them now. It's not the Pantera I would want to see because it's not Pantera for people that saw Pantera. It's not. They're going to go and do all, people are going to go. No different than these Rush concerts. People, probably many of you, are going to go. But I don't want to, that's not what I want to see. It's not the same. It's totally not the same. I'm going to be around a bunch of dudes just crying. That sounds horrible. That's what a Rush concert's going to be. It sounds like after all the air drumming, it's going to be just them crying, right? In between songs, during their favorite songs, before the show, after the show. Like, it's just going to be a bunch of dudes crying. Oh, that sounds horrible. All right. I never understood why Getty didn't just put his solo band back together with Alex added, do a follow-up to My Favorite Headache, then support it with big global tour where they cover selected Rush songs for part of the show. That would have been awesome and would have left the Rush legacy unadulterated. Right. I mean, yeah, of all the things they could have done all kinds of things. It's true. They could have done all kinds of things. I saw that Alex just did another Envy of None. I saw a bunch of clips from that because I'm friends with Randy Cook I was lucky enough to see Rush in their prime multiple times. Missed out on Pantera. I love Zach and Charlie, but it ain't Pantera. Right. I mean, it's just what it is. Since they're adding at least a keyboardist, Getty should consider adding a backup vocalist who could possibly take over primary vocals on a couple of their older songs. Oh, God. That would just... And this is where I'm like, it's a Rush tribute. It's a Rush tribute band with 2 original members. It's fine. I'm not trying to throw shade on it or demean it in any kind of way, but it just is what it is. That's just the fact. And this is not Rush. It's not. It's not. It's a tribute style act. So that's how I see it. It's the top level tribute, right? The top level. It's as top level as you can get. But that's what it is. Since they're adding it, right, okay. Maybe bring along Amy Mann. Rush could end up as a 60% girl band. That's pretty funny. Or a show that's a third Getty solo stuff, a third Alex solo stuff, a third Rush. That would have more cred, in my opinion. All right, yes, head. Hate to say I'm kind of with you. Oh boy, everybody hates being with me. Oh boy, that's terrible, except my wife. Okay, I can only think of a few reasons for this, and I really hope it isn't money. I mean, listen, I to say it's a money grab, right? I said it's a money grab. That's a cheap, like easy. That's apples in a barrel. That's easy. I'm not saying that's not accurate or not part of it, but it certainly is not the main and the big overarching thing. I understand that. I for me, it's a cheap shot, and this whole thing for me is trolling. So I get it. All right. It's not just money. That is a major part of it, though. They are going to rake it in. They're going to rake it in. When I said, are they probably going to gross more than they ever have? They probably will. I'm serious about that. They probably will gross more than they ever have in any tour, in anything they've ever done with Neil. I bet you. Watch. We'll see. We'll see. When those numbers come out, that'll be really interesting. Because, I mean, as it is, and I can't even imagine, I don't know what the prices are yet. We don't know that information yet. It hasn't come out yet. I don't think that, when did they say tickets are going to be on sale? The 18th of October. Is that right? I may be wrong on that. But I'm sure it's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. And so many people are, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see. Maybe I'll be surprised. Maybe they'll have nosebleeds for the lowly people, who knows? Who knows? Whatever. And yeah, Getty's voice wasn't in the best shape 10 years ago. Still, they've earned the right to do whatever they want. Yeah, listen, I mean, hey, they can go and do what they want. I don't care about that. I'm just saying I'm not going to be involved in it in that kind of way. I'm not going to go and see it. I'm not interested. I'm so not interested. I just thought for once a band went out on a high note, but now this. Exactly. This has to do with legacy or whatever, right? This has to do with like legacy type of talk. Okay, and sorry I'm in the way for these comments. Kenneth McKinney, my comment on Facebook to Rush Friends had everything to do with his voice. It sounded awful in 2015. 11 years later, maybe dust off tears after all these years. Yeah, really though, that's his voice on these songs is going to be excruciating. And what are they going to do? Are they going to lower the key? Are they going to drop the key? Or are they going to have other vocalists do it? That's even, I kind of feel like that's even worse. Or somebody helping. It just highlights that I think it's a Rush tribute, right? If they do that, that just brings out it's a Rush tribute. And okay, you can go and do that and it can be fun. They could bring out all kinds of guests and have people sing, and sing along and stuff like that. And that's fine. Again, they can do what they want. I just am not going to pay to see that. I don't want to see that. That's not what I'm not going to do it. So, Vin's graphics, sorry, this is covered up. It says, it's not a money grab. If it were, they'd be doing many more dates all over the place. Listen, it's not about number of dates that you do. It's about how much you get per date. And part of making it more expensive does have to do with scarcity. So they did add more dates. You saw that, right? Because, it's a money grab. Why else are they adding more dates? It's not about the music, right? I mean, let's be real. It's that. Oh, well, we sold out so fast. Or they didn't even sell tickets yet, and they added more dates. It's not. They know they're going to sell out. They know what the demand is going to be. They're going to sell out. They're going to sell out all of this. They added more dates because they saw what the demand is going to be. And they're just like, let's add, we can double how much we're making here, or whatever it is. Maybe not double, because they didn't add double the dates. They had a lot of dates, right? They had a lot more dates. But what, they're doing 4 dates in LA? Jesus, they're all going to sell out. There are people that are going to go to all 4 of those shows. Watch, of course. If it were, they'd be doing many more dates all over the place, not caring who is on drums. Besides, they're not hurting for cash. Well, I would never think that they wouldn't care who's on drums. I don't think that it's that, they're not like that. Of course they're going to care about who's on drums. They know. I mean, how I see it, Geddy is very calculating. He's very intentional. I don't, this is not some haphazard thing at all. So besides, they're not hurting for cash. Yeah, I mean, of course, right? People that are not hurting for cash, this thought that, people that have tons of money don't still make money grabs. It's like, that's the opportunity that you have. You can take that money and multiply it. You can, when you have more money to multiply, you can multiply it to even more, right? All of a sudden, your 2x is huge, is much bigger than if you have less money, right? It's like, that's what it is. That's why, the greatest amount of wealth went to the 1% or the 10%, like all that kind of thing. Because when your pie is bigger, if you double your pie, do I really need to explain this? What's the alternative? Drop the guitars, guys. You're done. Fade away. We'll read about you in the obits eventually. I don't think that's a good read. I mean, I didn't say any of that, right? I didn't say any of that. I'm not even saying to do that. I'm just saying, of all the things to do, you're putting Rush back together, and it's not Rush. They could have put out they could have done something that could have been a 50th anniversary if they wanted to do that. They totally could have. They could have put out, who knows what kind of footage they have, right? They could have put out some awesome package and done like a book, some type of tour just themselves, some type of fan meet and greet type of thing. That could have been really awesome, frankly. They could. That's not to say they still can't, but they want, and maybe they could have incorporated performance into that in some way. But I think that could have been cooler, and also been more of a way to give to audiences, to fans. Where this is like, do you really want to hear? I know I'm in the minority of this. I especially, to you people, I know that I'm in the minority of this, but it's just how I feel, right? It's just how I feel. As a new Rush person, I'm just like, I don't, It's what it is. That's my thoughts on it. All right, let's watch this video. Let's watch this video. And, in this video, I've obviously already seen it. In this video, it's like, Alex is like, he's really close to looking like a kidnap victim. Let's see. Like, he was really coerced. I mean, he's Alex. I mean, he's great. Alex is great. But yeah, it's clearly the Geddy Lee show. It's been the Geddy Lee show. That's what it is. Right, and they're goofing off. They're playing into it. That's fine. Right? It's silly.
Nah, that's a tight chord.
That was way better than the other 15 times we did this.
Yeah. And it's amazing how hard it is to play one chord.
It is. I've discovered this in the last year.
What do you mean by that?
Well,
we're being coy. Listen, something I want to talk to you about.
Okay. Yeah.
You've been coming over to my house.
It's like they're having a conversation with each other, but it's actually the reveal. And it's like he's talking to, his kid.
And we've been coming down into the studio
Right.
for years.
Years.
And he is just the puppy dog, just God love him.
Wrote so many songs in here. You slept on that couch.
Memories.
And
Right? Like curled up on the, just like on your little like pet pillow.
after 2015,
I let you sleep on the couch. Oh, Jesus. I'm glad the trolling's back. I love it. It's fantastic. Just eat it up.
there was a very quiet
Yeah.
and a sad period for us. And when I think back to us doing the tribute concerts for Taylor Hawkins, we went out on stage and played our songs first time in a long time. There was a special feeling attached to that.
Can we just look at a Taylor Hawkins tribute Rush? Oh yeah, that's what I want to see. Oh yeah, let's get more of that. Let's do it. Yeah. So yeah, you get it. You get my point. Oh, how about this one? This was great, right? Right? You had Let's going for it. Right? But that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get, guys, all the dudes, and I don't want to be there for it. All the dudes are gonna be like this at the that's perfect. Oh shit, with their mustaches. What the fuck with these mustaches, guys? I'm sorry. There's not, Burt Reynolds, that may be it. Fuck. There's not, I can't. Just grow the rest of it or shave it all off. Sorry, I can't. It's not for me. That's all. Woo. Hey, where's the volume? So, are they gonna, the nose? Oh my God. Yeah, so, that's what you're in for. And this is what? This was from 2022. So, another 4 years later.
Bittersweet.
Yeah.
Because of
and maybe they'll bring out a whole bunch of guests. I'm sure they will, especially in Los Angeles. What, are you kidding me? Of course they will. I mean, that's my guess.
reasons.
It'll be a fun party.
When we started jamming again down here, it was like a continuation of that moment. The more we played our old songs for fun,
Yeah.
the more fun it became.
Yes, exactly.
And I was surprised because you were getting even more excited than I was.
Yeah. I love playing them. I just love playing our songs again.
And so that's put us in this terrible situation where we have to announce that we've made a decision to go back on tour.
Hi, we're going back on tour. So we'll see you soon. I think it's great.
Isn't it weird saying it out loud?
Yeah, it totally. We're musicians and we're players, and our music is special. It really is special.
Right, and I get all of that and all that he's saying. Right, I get it. I get it. Nothing wrong with it. that look. Oh boy.
Being away from it for a while.
I know that was a bad catch. Sorry. Anyways, that was a cheap shot. Sorry.
And revisiting it, I realized how difficult it is to play, but how rich it is in its music and lyrics and everything that it represented.
It feels great to say out loud finally that we're going to go on tour and we're going to play a lot of these songs.
Yeah. one of the cool things about how this is progressing, all the songs we're putting together, and I know 35 songs or so far,
Wow.
for a set that's going to be, I don't know, ran a couple of hours, is the fact that we're going to cover a lot of things and change it up night to night, but we'll always have a part of the show that's a tribute to Neil and his memory of him and everything that he was to us. And it's going to be beautiful to be able to celebrate him every single night.
Yeah. But the biggest question is, the obvious question is, how do we replace someone who's irreplaceable? And I had heard from Scully, my bass tech, who had been on tour with Jeff Beck, and he had been working with this drummer named Annika Niles. And he mentioned that how impressive she was, how
It's just weird that it's like they're talking to each other, but it's like, and Alex just like, it's just, I mean, they're acting, right? They're acting because and you're like, they're making it as if you're just like overhearing their conversation, but they already know it. It's like, yeah, they've obviously been playing with this drummer. So it's like, yeah, anyways.
talented and, musical she was. And powerful. And I think you and I playing with her started to put a charge in us when we heard our song coming back to life. And it was only once we had those successful rehearsal sessions with her that made me feel like, yes, we can do this and we can do justice to this. And this is going to be fun.
Yeah, I felt exactly the same.
There's one other decision that is coming. I love the idea of being able to wander over to you, wander over to the drummer, and just be a bass player. So I think we will find ourselves adding to the band maybe a keyboard player. What do you think of an idea like that?
I think it's great. I think having a little time together.
He loved the keyboard idea in 1985. He loved it. He was just like, this is wonderful, right? Power windows, fuck it. And again, Getty is just like, you like those keyboards, right? We're going to add a whole player, a whole additional player, so they can play the keyboards the whole time. And he's just like, just let me curl over and sleep at your place again, please, Mr. Lee. I'm so trolling and messing around. I'm having a good time with it. I'm messing around.
The front of the stage will be a lot of fun.
It'd be great. I think for songs like Tom Sawyer, et cetera, it's going to be important that I play those signature
and like
keyboard
signals
parts.
and all
It will
that.
be
Yeah,
very
I mean,
liberating
right.
for
Yeah,
you,
of
and we
course.
can start working on the dance routines.
Yeah,
that we wanted to do
subdivisions.
for so long. So it's amazing. This is going to be great. Just give me a hug.
Yeah. So, there it is.
Somebody get this guy out of here. That's going to be great.
Yeah, there it is. So, I mean, that's what I think of it. Good on him. It's all fine. I won't be there. I'll watch from afar, as I have since becoming a Rush fan. And of course, all you people think that I'm not a Rush fan because of how much I troll on them. It's just not the same for you. Have to understand and accept, and I do, that it's not the same for me. It's just not. It's not the same for me as somebody who's been a fan for 30 years. It's not the same, and it can never be. That's just what it is. But it doesn't mean that I don't like them and don't like their music. I do. I really do. I just like it how it is, as opposed to going to see it in this kind of way. Which, I mean, who knows how it goes? Maybe this just opens the door for them to just keep doing it. Are they going to come out with new music and all that? That would be nuts if they did that. That would be kind of nuts that they did that. And again, my example is Earth, Wind, and Fire. The work that I did with them was their first album without Maurice White. That was kind of a big deal. It's like, oh man, doing Earth, Wind, and Fire without Maurice White. And Maurice, I remember he wrote like a thing just about it, and that he supported it and all that kind of thing, because he hadn't died yet. So, yeah, it's I mean, I think that's not a good idea for them. But again, they can do and are gonna do what they want to do, and that's just what it is. I mean, they could turn around and just tour every year after this if they want, you know, if they really want to, they could turn around and do that. I don't think it's a good idea for them to put out new music as Rush, but I mean, maybe they will. Who knows? You know, this is a business, and it's big business for bands like that. The numbers, when those numbers come in, is gonna, you know, I mean, that's just what it is, because fans and people like you guys are gonna all the dudes are gonna be like this in between crying at the concert. You know, at every concert, that's what it's gonna be.